FSG, and happy 2024 to you. How you doing?
I'm doing good, mate. Happy New Year to you as well.
Had a good break, have you?
It was lovely, nice and relaxing. Actually got to play a little bit of farm sim, which is nice.
Nice.
How about yourself?
Yeah. No, saw some sunshine and got a little bit R&R, but we're back into the farm and we're doing some farming in real life. None of that farm sim business you're talking about.
Oh yeah, the good stuff.
Carrying on with the cotton, so we're almost halfway through this field. We've got the other one over by the sheep to do, so we're going to get in and try and get those both knocked out today.
That's right. Yeah, after the live stream, it took quite a while, didn't it? But it was good fun.
Yeah, it was.
So we've got to get it finished off.
Yep, we'll keep the Christmas jokes to a minimum during this one.
Yeah, let's do that.
Right. Well, there's nothing left to do but get started with it. So, see you when we're done.
Let's get on with it. Yeah,
All right.
We'll catch up when we're done.
Yeah, enjoy.
You too, mate.
Well, hello everyone, welcome back to Aussie Farms here with the Farm Sim Guy. We're just getting straight back in to harvesting the cotton here in this field. We've got about halfway across it. We used hired help at the end of the stream while we were busy getting the bales picked up out of the other field, but we're just going to jump in, get this cranked up and running, and carry on as we were. So we've got 57% of a bale in there. You can see the one there on the other side that's already come out. FSG's harvester's set up over there. He's going to work from that side, and we'll just guess we'll just get into it. There's nothing else to do but make it start. So we'll get everything up and running, get it all turned on, and start heading down some rows here. I will go through while we're in this mode. I'll go through and put a GPS course up and going as well, and then we'll make sure we pick up the rows just perfectly. So we should be good to go there. Check our lines. That looks pretty good to me. Turn that on, and well, we're into it. There's not a lot to say. I mean, we're going to try and get through the cotton today. We will just take a quick look at the map and just a little bit of a refresher of things. So there you go. You can see, if you didn't catch the live stream, we got field number 19 all done. A grand total of 8 bales off that, so about 160,000 litres. I'd say we're almost halfway through. We used some hired help just while we were clearing bales to get this field done as well. So we'll carry on. We'll get as much of this finished as we can. And then we've got field number 1 over here by the sheep, which we will head on over to. Just taking a look at some of our other crops growing down there in 22. We've got 14 and 15 up here. They had the sorghum in it. They are ready to harvest as well, so we've got some harvesting to do. And then the fields down here, 6, 7, 8, also well and truly underway with growing. And they are, if I'm not mistaken, they're all sunflowers. If you remember, we had sunflowers in those 4 fields. Like I said, the sorghum sitting up in there. So plenty to keep us going and plenty to keep us busy. And as we've always said, we're getting that a little bit closer to having our textiles empire and being able to do our own merchandise. The other thing that did blow my mind was the value of the cotton. 200,000 litres, so there's 2 bales in the field already. 40,000, we had 160,000 litres, but those 2 bales as well, 200,000 litres is worth already $300,000. So we could end up with potentially having $600,000 worth of cotton off these fields, which does actually make it a very viable crop for the future. But that's not the purpose for it. Our main purpose was to be able to make some cotton through the spinnery and get that turned into some textiles, some clothing at the tailor's shop. So we will work towards that still. Anyhow, let's carry on. Let's get this field started or carried on with. We'll cut a little bit of a headland across the top here. Now, seeing it's FSG and I in here, we'll do this a little bit more properly, and we'll just see when we're done. the last part of this field. One more run to do down there. I'm just looking at the capacity. I am sitting at 19,000 litres. I need another 1,000 litres, so I might give FSG a yell and just see whether we can run back down this pass rather than him, because it'll be good to get this unloaded before we head on over to the other field. He unloaded not that long ago. There's his last bale just there, another pass and a half or so, so he should only have a couple of 1,000 litres. We'll just see though. We're going to actually go pretty close before the end of this row. I'm just looking at go up. We might not actually even need to. We might get to the end of this pass and be unloading. In fact, I'm changing my mind, and we're comfortably going to get in bale before the end of this pass, so that'll be good. We'll get one unloaded, and we'll be empty to head on over to the other field. But this has gone pretty well. Just one of those jobs. You just get into a rhythm and get it done. I think we've got, what have we got? I've unloaded 2, and there was already one, so that's 3 bales. FSG must have 3, so 6. This will be our 7th bale. So yeah, we're going to have a decent amount of cotton coming off this one. Should be good. There we go. We'll get to that point. Pause our machine. Get this one unloaded, and we'll get things finished off. FSG's going to set up and run along there, which is just fine. That'll work out well. Still undecided. We'll have to figure out whether we're going to head on over. We might get a couple of workers set up and running in the other field so we can come back and load these bales up out of here, or whether we harvest the other one and then worry about getting the bales out of the fields. Then we need to figure out what we're going to be doing with them, but still plenty to do. If we run out of jobs after we've done this, we can always jump into a bit of tillage and get these fields prepped for the next crop. FSG's all lined up there, so we will get out of his way, get this last little bit done, and head on over. Argsy, FSG.
Go ahead, mate.
Are we going to head straight on over to the other field? Is that the plan here?
Yeah, I think so. I thought we'd maybe put them over there, stick a couple of helpers on them while we come back and pick up these bales. Does that sound fair? Yeah,
seems reasonable. Worked out quite well with me unloading there right at the end. Thought I was going to have to run over the full bale.
Fresh bale right at the end.
Very good timing. Right, well, I will head on over and go and get that field opened up so we can get a worker going and be back here soon.
Sounds good, mate.
Alright, there you go. That is the plan. We'll head on over. Unfortunately, I can actually fold it up. I thought I might not be able to fold things up because it had some cotton in it, but it's only 500 litres. It looks like we can, which is good. Make it a little bit easier to get across the roads. Right, let's head on over to the other field and go and get things started over there. The trickiest part of the journey would have been running here along the road, but we've actually got very fortunate. We've just had this one car coming towards us now, but there's actually quite a decent amount of space and verge off the edge of the road, which we can get off, even though they wanted to stop. But we were able to get out of the way. We didn't even have anyone behind us, so that's worked out pretty well, actually. Very impressed with that. Right, so here we are. I'm just going to get turned into here and just think about the best way to tackle this field. I don't think it really matters, does it? There's plenty of space on the headland at this end, so we should be able to get a worker up and going there. We'll get things unfolded. A turn in here, and we might run a row, see what they do when they get down to the other end. We'll just stop that there. Now if I just hire a worker, let them get up and underway. Oh, we fired it off on a bit of an angle. I keep on forgetting that FS22 has a much more variable array of angles that the workers will run at, so we'll get that set up a little bit better. Straighter on the rows now, that's better. Alright, who have we got in here driving? Not sure who that is. Anyhow, he looks trustworthy. Wouldn't it be great? I always say this every time I see the workers. Wouldn't it be great if we had the denim shorts in game? Workers can wear them, why can't I? One of those things. Anyhow, we'll carry on, get down to the other end, see what happens when they try and turn around. Now I'm already looking at that and can see the issues that the harvester is going to have. It's not going to turn around on there very well at all. So what I might do, I might just take back over. Or they try and turn around on that. I'm just going to take over, turn things back on. If I run a headland off this, maybe 2 or 3 passes, just to open up at this end of the field, that'll give them more space to turn on. Otherwise they're going to turn around, park on top of some of the crops, start halfway in, and we'll end up with a whole lot of patches along here which need tidying up anyhow. Over where FSG is, he's arrived in the field. If he starts on that side, he shouldn't have any issues because there's some space in front of the sheep pen and some space on the other end of the field to be able to carry on with. But once we've done this, things should be pretty smooth, and we'll be able to leave some workers here to get things going. while we head on and go and get the bales loaded up out of the field. Argsy to FSG.
Go ahead, Ox.
If you just want to set the worker up on the direction you're going, I just had to take a couple of headlands off the centre. They weren't going to turn around very well against the irrigation ditch here.
Okay, mate. Yeah, I did think that. I was just watching. I'm just checking down by the sheep pen. That was my only concern, but it looks like he's handling it pretty well here.
Nice one. Cool. All right, we'll get back on over and get those bales loaded up out of the field.
All right, I'll see you back at the yard.
Sounds good. Well, there we go. I reckon that should be enough space for them to turn around. They might run over the crop a little bit, as the workers tend to do, but at least they will get the field done and shouldn't leave any cotton along the end. If we do have to run along, it might just be to take off the equivalent of one more little pass just to tidy those couple of spots up, which shouldn't be too bad. So we'll leave this guy running here. Already got a quarter of a bale in here, so maybe another 3 bales off this field. Time will tell, but we'll leave this going and we'll head on over to an FSG and go and get the bales moved. Well, it looks like FSG was pretty keen to get in here and started loading. He's already got the truck over into the field. He's got his first bale lifted up there on the front of the wheel loader. And looks like he's heading towards the front of the truck, so we're going to jump up here on this tray. See what sort of job he does with his loading. Too bad so far. And JCB does a fantastic job being able to pick those up. Paired with the CZ bale spike. There we go. You can get that put in there. The old sticky cotton bale. Not ideal. Let's just see if you can get that unloaded and we'll get it strapped down. Be able to move forward so you can get the next one picked up. Alright, there we go, look at that. Let's just throw a couple of straps up over that. Doesn't need too many, we're not going too far. Jump on up and move forward just a touch.
The pressure of an audience, Args.
I knew that'd do it to you. Yeah, you did well.
Had to make sure it was perfectly aligned, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. Even though we're only taking it down to the shed.
I know. Right. We could have just run the wheel loader up and down the field, actually, but...
could have just about.
No, better to do it this way.
That's nice to have an Aussie road train in the game.
Right, I've done my one bale. Do you want a wheel load or do you want a truck drive?
Oh, I don't mind, mate. Sounds like you want me to...
a bit of wheel loading.
Yeah, sounds like you want me to. Alright.
Well, leave it to the pros, right?
Why are we either of us here then?
Fair point. Fair point.
Right.
Let's crack on.
I'll get into it. Well, the pressure's on now. He's called me a pro, so we're going to have to make sure do a pretty decent job about picking this up. The main thing with a wheel loader is that you square on and you're not having to manipulate too much the loader. There we go. I've already dropped the bale. What a start. Try that again. There we go. That's all lifted up. Be a bit gentle. And we'll get in there. There we go. That looks alright to me. Let FSG get that strapped down. He's using the cheats method. And we'll go and find a couple more. Alright, next one loaded up. Of course we can fit 2 on this back trailer, so make sure we get it nice and far enough forward. There we go. A little bit of weight on the trailer. That's going to pop down there nicely. And we'll go and find the next one, which will leave us, can't actually quite see, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it is going to take a couple of truckloads. I thought maybe we could have run one back with the wheel loader and made our job a little bit easier, but yeah, I'm going to have to bring the truck back out here. Alright, get this one done as well. Picked up. The brakes on that truck are a little bit heavy. Or light, should I say. Takes a little bit of stopping. As does this wheel loader. Where are we? There we go. Right, we will head on back down. I might grab this one that's down here so we don't have to run the whole way down the back of the field here. And we'll carry that up with us and go and get these put away in the shed. Let's have a look about getting these into the shed here. I think we've already got 8 in here already, so we're just going to have a look as we get in how we're going to be able to manoeuvre and stack these. We've already gone too high. I don't think we're going to be able to go too much higher than that. Manoeuvre in here and get this one put up on top of the back one here. Here we go. Now, of course, we're going to take all of these down to a spinnery at some stage, whenever that might be. Not today, we don't have a spinnery to take it to, but there we go, that's the first one unloaded. Go and get these other 4 off, and then we'll go and finish grabbing the last couple out of the field. We'll just grab the last one here. You're doing a little bit of first person bale stacking. A little bit different when you're using a big, or stacking a big bale of cotton. A little bit different on the old perspective, but it still works out alright actually. Just get in here, we might try and stack this one up hard here on the right. Hopefully we have enough space. It's a bit hard to judge your distance. Get that lowered down soon enough. We'll just drive forward until we get to a point where we can't go any further. Go. Looks like we're into it. Lift that up and then use the turn there on the wheel loader to get everything taken out. And that's us done. Right. I think we'll hand back over, let FSG do the last couple, or at least he can stack the last couple into the shed. And then we'll be able to take the truck and wheel loader over to the other field. Go and get picked up whatever the workers have got done over there. We've got everything unloaded back there in the shed. 320,000 litres of cotton so far, 300,000 off these 2 fields. And there's already a bale out over at the other one. In fact, there must be 2 out now, so we must be at 340,000 litres. We did pop over and in between loading and unloading bales, we did just stop one of the harvesters over here. You'll see that when we get there. We just didn't want to end up with 2 harvesters with 15,000 litres of cotton in each, so we're going to let one run just to finish off that field. And that way, if we end up with a little bit of extra cotton in one of the harvesters, it's only one and not both, and we can get the most out of them. So we'll head on over this way. We'll only have a couple of bales to load up. We'll go and get those thrown on the back of the truck, and then we'll leave the worker to carry on and finish the field off. The first of the 2 bales that there are in this field picked up. I'm just going to get this put on the back of the truck and then head on now over the other side. You can see the other bale sitting there waiting for us. Go get that picked up as well. Ooh. I want to push the trailer over. Should we get it onto the deck far enough? There we go. Leave that there. FSG's got that strapped down, and go and grab the last one. Or at least last one for now. There will be more. Alright, let's see if he's factored in the terribly weak brakes as he comes in here to try and stop. And it's not bad. It's adjusted well. Stop there. Yes, good job. Alright, I'm going to put this one on the back of the truck. Put it further forward. Go. Looks like a pretty good spot for it. Oh, maybe move that forward just a touch. Not quite centered. Here we go. Alright. That's turned off there. We're obviously going to leave things here for now because we're going to have to wait for the other ones to come out.
Very nicely done, Args.
Yeah, thank you. You have adjusted well for the braking on that one, I noticed.
Oh, it's awful. The brakes on this thing are horrendous.
Yeah, it takes a bit of stopping.
Right, what should we do? Let them finish that last bale. Should we go and do some tillage?
Yeah, I guess we've got time. We might as well, while we're waiting for them to finish off here, go and jump in a couple of tractors and get that cotton ripped up.
Yeah, squeeze one field in, can't we?
Yeah, we should be able to. Quite easily with those big diamond harrows.
That's right, yeah, the speed they run.
Yeah.
Alright, I'll see you back at the yard.
Sounds good. Isn't it nice having some clean equipment around the farm? Goodness, makes such a difference. Right. But look here. Which way are these both parked? They're sort of parked facing each other, aren't they? So, no, this one's parked facing, both facing the same way. Right, we'll get back in on this one. PSG, take the front one. Not sure which field we're going to start out in. Maybe the big one. We're both going to be in there doing this, but like we said, it's not going to take us very long at all to get through and get this dealt with. We did check. Don't think either of the fields need ploughing, so it will just be a case of getting in there and getting this all chopped down, all the cotton stubble and plant and everything cut up and put back into the ground, ready for when we're going to plant the next crop in here. Well, there we are, everything unfolded. We'll get that lowered down and we'll start to turn this plant ravaged ground back into something that's ready to be seeded into. Pretty quick turnaround. Something we've prided ourselves actually on in this series is how quickly we've been able to get crops out of the ground, get things turned around and plant it again. So we'll have to have a look at the planting window. Don't know what we're going to put in these fields yet. I think we can plant some wheat, maybe some canola at the moment, so we'll just have to figure out what's going to work. Now, we do have a GPS course loaded related to field 22. I'm not sure exactly how that works here on this edge. We're just going to get to a point, turn the lines on. We're overlapping a little bit, which will work out just fine. It means FSG can come up behind us and he'll take care of the little bit that we're overlapping with, probably. Yeah, there we go. He's on a GPS course, so we can make sure we get the edges done properly and he'll come through and pick up everything with that overlap. So let's carry on, get this done again, and we'll see when we're finished. Well, field's done, or done for us at least. FSG heading along the last little piece there, so we'll get everything folded up. Of course, the magic disc carry which disappears and then comes back once it's folded. But how good is that? That was such a good use of time. Managed to get both these fields done. We were only planning to do one, but ended up heading over here and getting this one done as well, because the cotton harvester, the one cotton picker, was still going, so we've left them running. We wanted to get them finished before the end of the episode, so we'll head on back over, run these past the pressure washer very quickly, because, well, that's what we do. In fact, I'm not going to run this past the pressure washer. I'm going to take this one straight over to the other field, and we could even make a start in that, waiting for the other cotton picker to finish, and we can load up those last couple of bales, or however many bales we might end up with. So we'll take that over, and we can go from there. It was so close to finished. I think there's only a couple of more passes left here for the cotton picker. I don't know if we're going to get a final bale or not. We do have this one here, which we will go pick up and put on the truck, but I'm not quite sure if there's enough there to get a last one out. We will go and check though, but it did at least justify our decision. In fact, we're going to put that down because that is a terribly picked up bale. Probably collapse doing that. Get it further in the middle. There we go. A little bit better. But we will head back on over. Keep an eye on exactly how far away we are from getting a last bale on that one.
This is on 85% Args. I think it actually might get to a full bale.
Or will it? I was just wondering if it was going to or not.
Essentially.
Yeah.
It's pretty close. It's going to be touch and go.
One of those fun ones.
We'll either be 1% short or 1% over.
There's about 6 plants, cotton plants over against the sheep if we're just that short.
Yeah.
And we've probably just ploughed up about 100 litres amongst all the little bits over in the other field.
I know, right? 86 at the end of the row, 17,200, and we need 20,000.
I reckon you might, because it wasn't that far across that it had dropped that bale. I just picked
That's
up.
right. That's right. So let's watch this for a minute and see what happens.
Oh, the intrigue. The anticipation's too much. It's killing me.
Edgy seat stuff, this.
Farming at its finest. Now the big question is, if we do get a full bale, do you harvest the last little bit of the field or not?
I know, right? No, plough under.
But would you believe it, the very last bale that came out, after scraping around the edge of the field, trying to get everything, was 21 litres short of being a complete bale. Now, we probably quite easily ploughed under a couple of plants in the other field, which weren't quite harvested, which would have given us that 21 litres, but there you go, at least we were able to eject it. We were just saying, we're probably going to get a whole lot of comments to say you only needed 18,000 or 15,000 litres to eject a part bale, but first time cotton harvesters, first time we've done it for quite some time at least, we're learning. Hey, isn't that part of the fun of the game? Right, get that dumped on there. I'm pretty impressed actually that it worked out just about perfect for us. Alright, now you can go and sit on there. FSG's got that strapped on. We'll run back over to the farm and go and get these unloaded, and that'll be us done for the day. Alright, last bale here going into the shed. Don't actually have to stack it anywhere, we can just go and kind of dump it here in the corner. Look at that, that's a great looking stack of bales though. Just leave this in here, turn that off and leave it there, but look at that. Fantastic amount of cotton. That is probably far and exceeded our expectations, what we might have got from that. Let's go and have a chat to FSG.
An outstanding day's work, Args. £500,000 worth of cotton in there.
That's ridiculous, isn't it? It's definitely the value of it's exceeded my expectations by a long shot.
I know, and we're not even selling this. We're going to actually process it and turn it into other stuff, which sells for even more. So
I know, it's crazy. I think we got some sheep to make some wool, but I think we've got, what, 7,000 or 8,000 litres of wool off them.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, slightly different.
Yeah. Oh, very good. No, that was, like you say, a hugely productive and exceptional episode.
Yeah, we got through a lot, didn't we?
We did. Plenty more still to do. We've got more harvesting to do next time. The sorghum's ready to go. We've got more crops that will be coming ready. We've got fields to plant. All sorts of things to keep us busy.
We've got a load of crops to sell as well, haven't we? Which will fund our next stage of the process.
Yeah, that's true. I think either next month or the month after we'll start to see some good money for those crops. So yeah, it'd be nice.
That's right. We've been hanging on for a while, so it'd be nice to make some money.
Yeah, definitely will be. Excellent, mate. Well, thank you for that. It was a good fun and a bit of a climatic end to the episode, trying to see how close we got to the full bale there on that last one.
It was. Love the drama.
The drama. Who said Farming Simulator wasn't exciting?
Exactly. Exactly.
All right, mate. Nice to be back. You have a good week, and we'll catch you again next week.
Yeah, likewise, buddy. Have a good week.
All right. See ya. Bye.
Cheers. Bye-bye.
Wonder what it'll be like to jump off the rafters and land on one of the bales. Surely it'll be soft, right? Wonder how hard it'll be to climb off. Who knows, but that's pretty impressive. I am wrapped with how much money we're going to make off those once we get them processed down into some apparel, into some merchandise, and to see how it all ends up. It's going to be a lot of fun. And that is going to be the next stage in the process. Like FSG said, we're going to have to think about getting hold of a spinnery, getting hold of a tailor, and working towards getting some of these things made. But that's us all done for this episode. From the Farm Sim Guy and myself, hope you have enjoyed it. Thank you all very much for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one.